just sitting there listening to some person talking about how Kennedy tried to tell us we had to be in a place where a war was just a memory, something like that. And she's talking about how, we're going from a world that's dying to a new reality that's in the womb right now. It's being conceptualized. We have to be able to understand the future of it before we can take it there. And she's talking about these people not remembering war anymore, but having it be something that's in the history books. She's talking about the idea that we do have the technology to feed everybody, to where nobody would be hungry again. And I think, well, yeah, we do have that. There's one more thing that needs to be figured out before we can drop this on everybody: a world without war and a world without hunger. There's one thing we need to figure out before that. A world without emotional urges. I mean, look at it. What are you gonna get if you give everybody all the food they want? It starts with keeping people just barely alive, and then they say, what's better about that person than me? Next thing you know, there's a fight between villages, which becomes a war within a community and a sovereign state, and possibly spreads like a virus throughout the world. We've seen this already. Given strength comes the desire for power. And the Catholic Church in itself, who was it? Saint Philip, Saint Augustine, one of those guys, said it's better to spill your seed in the belly of a whore than to spill it on the ground. Why is that? Because we need more Catholics. We need more dumb soldiers, We need to be walking through the streets of Rome and seeing somebody that's not a Christian, Roman Catholic, and saying, I fucking baptize you. I've done it. Not in Rome. Not in the street on a stranger's kid. But I have baptized people. And if you want to believe that, it takes. So now you've got a kid that's been baptized on the streets of Rome, and they say, hey, these parents are not capable of raising this child in the eyes of God. And so they take the kid away, throw it in an orphanage, it sucks a priest's dick, and it gets through whatever it's doing, and it suffers and goes, and then it becomes a deacon and takes kids to Canada and lets them drive the car while she's screwing all the 15-year-old boys she took up there and giving all of them alcohol, and they wreck the car, and suddenly she's found out. That's how Catholicism works. You just take their children. That's a true story. That's my hometown. So you got the Catholics. They're just saying don't use a condom. Don't use rubber. What is that? Strangers in the night. This one is too tight. We'll try another. So you've got the Catholics, and they don't seem so bad because they've got one woman, one God. You know, that's the interesting thing. You put it out there like there can only be one man for a woman, and it comes off as being there's only one God, one man. It's gotten rid of all the other deities. It says there's only one way, but really what it says is one woman, one man. So they think they're taking this whole masculine approach. They put the women in charge because the men don't even believe in God. Why would a man want somebody to take care of his shit for him? Isn't he supposed to be able to take care of himself? He was created in the image of the Lord, right? So why would a man need somebody to take care of him? That's why you see so many men in church going, yeah, they've had it taken out of them already. But let's go further than the Catholics. You want to know what I'm saying when I say, you give somebody food. Look at those 1,000-pound sisters on TV. There are 2 of them. They equal 1,000 pounds. It's like, my good golly. They're eating 7 Ethiopians a day to keep that kind of weight up. Why are they eating it? Because you gave it to them. You gave it to them. But you take the Mormons, that's why they have 4 wives. Because they came in a little bit behind schedule after the Christians. You know, that Joseph Smith, who's a polygamist and arrested for perjury and everything else before he even ever got out of the state of Illinois or Indiana, wherever the hell he was, sends Oram Roberts, whoever the hell it is, out, and they stop at Salt Lake City, and he says, this is the place. Well, yeah, you're going to say this is the place. You've been walking across the damn country with a bunch of old women and children. You're sick of listening to their shit. You're like, this is the place. And you stop, and they create a community, and they suffer hardships, and they blame it on the Lord for wanting them there. They're supposed to be tougher and stronger and suffering more than anybody else. But at the same time, they've got 4 wives. So they're banging the shit out of everybody, trying to pump out kids, trying to bring up the damn populace. Why? Because they've got food for them. So you've got this person before saying, we're supposed to have this new thing, and, we can feed everybody and there will be no war anymore. It's not until the time that there's only food for one people that we will ever experience a lifetime without war.